Before we begin, we need to pause for a moment. The world has just said goodbye to one of the greatest songwriters in music history. Neil Sedaka has passed away at the age of 86, a man whose melodies shaped generations, whose lyrics became memories, and whose music never truly left us.
Breaking up is hard to do, don't take.
His family called him a true rock and roll legend, an inspiration to millions around the world. So today, we honor his legacy the best way we know how. We're counting down Neil Sedaka's 10 greatest songs, chart-verified, story-driven, and told with the respect this legend deserves. This is not just a countdown. This is our tribute to Neil Sedaka. 10. The Diary.
Who's in your diary?
Every legendary career begins with a moment, small, unexpected, almost ordinary. For Neil Sedaka, that moment became the diary. One afternoon, he was working with singer Connie Francis, searching for material that felt right. During a break, Connie quietly pulled out her personal diary and began writing. Neil, curious, asked if he could read it. She smiled and said no. That tiny private moment sparked inspiration.
The little things I say and do.
From that brief exchange came a song filled with youthful emotion and honesty. The Diary entered the Billboard charts in December 1958, introducing the world to a songwriter with something special to say. It was the song that quietly announced, "Neil Sedaka has arrived," and the world had no idea what was coming next. 9. Love Will Keep Us Together. Neil Sedaka didn't just write hits for himself. He wrote songs that lived beyond him. And sometimes, the greatest proof of songwriting genius is when someone else turns your words into history. In 1975, the duo Captain and Tennille recorded Love Will Keep Us Together, a song written by Neil. What happened next was extraordinary. The track climbed to #1 in the United States, dominating the Billboard Hot 100 for nearly the entire month of July 1975. It won the Grammy Award for Record of the Year and became the biggest song of the year. Neil wrote it, someone else sang it, and together they created a cultural movement that changed both of their careers forever. That's the difference between a good musician and a truly great songwriter. 8. Lonely Night, Angel Face. By 1976, Neil Sedaka wasn't just back, he was unstoppable. His comeback was in full force, and the hits kept coming. Lonely Night, Angel Face became one of the defining songs of this era. The numbers told the story clearly.
Wish we could turn back the hands of time.
#1 on US Cashbox Top 100. #1 on Billboard's Easy Listening chart. #1 in Canada, and a peak at #3 on the Billboard Hot 100. One song, 3 #1 positions. That isn't luck, that is mastery.
I'm walking the floor. Tell me, what am I
7. Solitaire.
in town? Every road that takes him.
Now we rewind, because this is where the real comeback story begins. By the mid-1960s, everything changed overnight. The Beatles arrived. The British invasion swept across America like a tidal wave, reshaping popular music completely. And suddenly, Neil Sedaka's hits disappeared from the charts. His record label dropped him. Worse still, he discovered that his manager, who was also his mother's boyfriend, had spent his savings. Neil Sedaka was broke, forgotten. He later called it 13 years in the wilderness. Most artists never recover from something like that, but Neil did something bold. He moved to the United Kingdom, he reinvented himself, and in 1972 he recorded Solitaire, a haunting, deeply emotional ballad about loneliness and isolation.
Within his silence.
The song resonated far beyond him. The Carpenters recorded a famous version. Andy Williams covered it. Years later, Clay Aiken performed it on American Idol, with Neil Sedaka watching from the audience as a guest judge. Solitaire wasn't just a song, it was a resurrection.
Through his indifference.
Number 6. Calendar Girl.
Sweet calendar girl. I love.
Let's step back into the golden years, when pop music felt like pure sunshine. Calendar Girl was exactly that. January, February, March, every month brought a new reason to fall in love. It was catchy, joyful, impossible to forget. The song became one of Neil Sedaka's most recognizable hits on both sides of the Atlantic, charting in both the US and the UK. Close your eyes and you can almost hear it playing from a diner jukebox in 1960. That's the timeless power of a great pop song. Number 5. Happy Birthday, Sweet 16. Happy birthday, Sweet 16. If you were a teenager in 1961, this was your song. Neil wrote Happy Birthday, Sweet 16 as a celebration of youth, that moment when childhood turns into something bigger. It reached number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the defining anthems of early 1960s teen pop. Simple, sweet, completely unforgettable. Number 4. Oh, Carol. This one is personal. In high school, Neil Sedaka dated a girl named Carole King. Yes, that Carole King, who would later create Tapestry, one of the best-selling albums of all time. When their relationship ended, Neil wrote her a love letter in the only language he truly knew, music. Oh, Carol reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1959, his first top 10 hit. And Carole King answered back with her own song, Oh, Neil. 2 teenagers, 2 future legends, one unforgettable musical exchange. At the Brill Building back then, their neighbors included Neil Diamond and Paul Simon. Just imagine that hallway. Number 3. Bad Blood. Picture this. You're in a recording studio working on a new song. A friend drops by, and that friend is Elton John. He steps up to the microphone and adds backing vocals. The result was Bad Blood, a dramatic, perfectly crafted pop record that hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1975. Elton John wasn't even formally credited at the time, but everyone in the music world knew. One of 3 number 1 hits Neil placed on the Hot 100. 2 giants, 1 studio, pure magic. Number 2, Laughter in the Rain. This was the moment the world said, Neil Sedaka is back. After 13 years away from the top, after heartbreak, financial loss, and years of silence, everything changed. Laughter in the Rain reached number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1974. Warm, romantic, a melody that felt like sunshine after a long storm. Elton John believed in Neil enough to sign him to Rocket Records, and that faith paid off beautifully. Neil Sedaka was a star again, and music was better for it.
There with the beat of the rain on the...
Finally, best and top. Number 1, Breaking Up is Hard to Do.
Breaking up is hard to do. Don't...
Of course, it had to be this one. In August 1962, Breaking Up is Hard to Do hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, Neil's first U.S. chart topper.
I beg of you, don't say goodbye.
Joyful, bouncy, irresistible, a breakup song that somehow made you want to dance. But what makes it legendary is what happened next. In 1975, Neil recorded it again as a slow, emotional ballad, and that version also reached number 1. The same song, 2 completely different emotions, 2 trips to the top of the charts, something almost unheard of in pop music history. It represents everything Neil Sedaka stood for: reinvention, resilience, pure talent. Neil Sedaka once said, "The songs will outlive me," and he was right. A boy from a small Brooklyn apartment whose mother worked extra shifts just to buy him a piano went on to write over 500 songs, sell hundreds of millions of records, earn a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and even have a street renamed Neil Sedaka Way in his honor. Even in his 80s, he was still posting videos online, still playing piano with the same joy he had at age 8. His family said it best. He wasn't just a rock and roll legend, he was an incredible human being. Rest in peace, Neil. The music will never stop. If this video brought back a memory, hit the like button. It takes 1 second and helps more people rediscover this legend. Subscribe for more deep dives into the artists who shaped our world. And tell me in the comments which Neil Sedaka song means the most to you. Until next time, from Golden Screen Actor, keep listening to the music that lasts forever.